get to the meat and potatoes of this episode.
Dun, dun.
Pound for pound. Now, as we know, pound for pound is so subjective, right? We try to take the subjectivity out of it to a point. You can't take it all out because it is about who you like. This, unlike judging, is basically kind of a lot of what you like. The kind of fighters you like, the kind of styles you like, stuff like that. But what we try to do, because everybody's like, well, if weight was no issue, I kind of take that out because that kind of opens it up to weight, very subjective. What we try to do it is, a fighter is at 160 pounds. If he went down to 154 or went up to 168, how does he fare? How good is he in those 3 weight classes? Or better yet, a guy who's come up through the weight classes and conquered the weight classes. Manny Pacquiao falls into that kind of category. Floyd Mayweather falls in that kind of category. Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran fell in those kind of categories. That was pound for pound. Right. Guys who actually went through different weight classes and conquered them. That is pound for pound. That's how we see it. A guy like Golovkin, who's only fought at 160, but we know he could make 154 and easily 168.
And he beat the shit out of people in both.
and so that's where you kind of, some of the subjectivity is still in there, but we try to take that out. Who could actually dominate at least three weight classes? The one he's in, the one below, the one above. It kind of takes some of it out, and we kind of look at it in a different angle, a different way. And so that's how if you guys have never heard of any of our pound for pound lists, that's kind of how the angle that we take. It takes some of it out of it. Light heavyweight is a little bit different beast because 25 pounds between that and cruiser. Cruiser is a different beast, and so it's heavyweight. So guys who you're not going to see in there, but you could, is an Alexander Usyk, is a Sergey Kovalev. You have to kind of start to see it. You have to that's where you have to use your eyes and tell me what you see and kind of interpret it how you interpret it. We will start from the bottom, 10 through 1. JP, hold on. Before we go 10 through 1, who didn't make your list, who was right on the outside of the list?
Frampton, Inoue, Estrada, Thurman, Joshua. Yeah.
I had a couple of those guys in there. A couple of those guys are actually on my list. A guy like Mikey Garcia is on the outside of my list.
Yeah.
Let's see how he looks in this fight. I could totally change that pick next week. Jamal Charlo is a guy just on the outside of the list. Now, why? I think at 154, people can say what they want. I think he's the man right now. He has the best resume of victories at 154.
True.
Of current guys at 154. 160, I just don't know how he fares. I would still favor Canelo, Triple G, Danny Jacobs against him. You know, so once he goes up, say he goes up and he dominates 160 and he's one of the best guys there. Well, now he's in that mix for us because, okay, we know what he did at 154. We know what he can do at 160. And at 168, I'd probably favor him against everybody at 168. That's just the God's honest truth right now. But the 160 is kind of his hiccup right now, so that puts him on the outside. Mikey Garcia, let's see all the way where he's at. Estrada's not on my list, not active enough. Activity is definitely high on our list. This is why last year Andre Ward was not on my list. I don't even remember if he was on your list at all.
I remember I had it with 3 fighters at 10.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The inactive list. That's right. I think it was him, Rigondeaux, and Lomachenko. Lomachenko was because he had gone from fighting big names early to kind of just fighting fucking dudes. So that's how we do it, man. We base a lot on activity, base a lot on what happened last year. And can you dominate 3 weight classes? That is, to us, pound for pound. That's what makes pound for pound person. JP, number 10, man.
Timothy Bradley. Because, you know, in the simplest way, still one of the best 10 fighters on the planet. It is what it is. You haven't seen him in a while, but I can guarantee you he's one of the best 10 fighters on the planet. So he's my number 10.
All right. Your boy did something he doesn't ever do. I actually did research. Never do fucking research.
Dun, dun.
Why the fuck did I do that? I must have been bored one day. But I did research. So I was like, you know what? Let me get some research in here. Let me get some shit to back up my claims. Number 10, I got Carl Frampton. I put him on the outside. One, because honestly, I did score the first fight 7-5 the first time I watched it. Draw the second time. But I do see what people saw in that fight. I do see that it was a Frampton fight. He was one of the best, if not the best, at 122. He, quite honestly, is the man right now at 126. He got the victory. And I'm not going to, it's not that Andre Ward where I argue the victory. I don't argue that victory. I see exactly where people saw. When people say they saw Andre Ward win, I don't see it. But so that's, for me, that's the difference. I got Frampton at 10 because at 130, besides Lomachenko, I don't know. I don't know who beats him at 130. I could, 122, 126, 130. He's got that. He's on the come up. He seems to be getting better. Carl Frampton, number 9 for me. I think that's all I had. Or number 10 for me. 23-0, 14K. But he's 5-0 with only one knockout. I think that's what dropped him for me. He only has the one knockout in the 5 title fights. Because I got a lot of that in mind. Who's your number 9?
He's my fighter of the year, but I just couldn't put him in there. Number 9, Rigo. He still, because of the inactivity. But when I look at him, this motherfucker he just, let's be honest. I mean, you can put, the motherfucker could fight. He could fight. He could fight. It's just he don't fight. That's his problem. With cigarettes included.
The Ricardo Mayorga type?
Yeah. So his inactivity got him at the bottom of our list still. But breaking the jaw in the 2 rounds, the man still got it.
His inactivity and his lack of opponents. And look, some of it's not him. I get it. I really do. But it's been a couple years for me, so I kind of had him on the outside. I don't have him there. Naoya Inoue, number 9 for me. Oh, man. The more I drink, the harder that is to fucking say. All right. So, let's break it down. He's 12-0 with 10 knockouts. He was a champ at 115, so we know where he stands at 115. Yeah. He was a champ at 108. Well, so then we know he can do 112, 118. We'll see. But that's 3 weight classes right there, so that puts him on there. 7-0 with 6 knockouts in title fights. That's a big number for a guy who only has 12 wins. 7-0, 6 knockouts. Now think about this. Lomachenko, who gets tons of credit, was a 2-time champion in 7 fights. Inoue was a 2-time champion in 8 fights. Without a loss.
Yeah.
So it's hard to deny it. I know people don't see him very often. If they do, it's on some YouTube shit, and I get it. I really do get it. But the way we see things, I mean,
he's a fucking man.
He is a man. He's the monster for a reason. Number 8, JP.
Because it's the pound for pound, up, down, pound, louder. It's Canelo pound, because shit, he's still the best. He can be your best fighter at 54, 55, 64 and a half, 59.
He may be the best pound guy I know, because every fight he takes, every fight he makes is actually literally pound for pound. Hold on. We're gonna fight for this pound. Well, I'm gonna fight for that pound.
Right. I'm like, Jesus Christ. He's still a dope top tier fighter. It's just, I really wanted to throw him off this list for Mikey Garcia, to be perfectly honest, because at least to be on the pound for pound list, you at least have to be in a weight class, a real one. But
no made up one.
Yeah, but screw it. He is that good though.
I don't have him on my list, and if I'm not mistaken, he's only fought at the limit of a weight class one time in the last 3 years.
Yeah,
he's not on my list. It's Mexican on Mexican crime. Yeah, way before our time. For me, number 8 is Terrence Crawford. I have turned the corner on Terrence Crawford. You know me, I wasn't the biggest fan at first, but you can't deny what you see. Champion at 135, 140. He seems to be getting better. Seems to be getting stronger at 140. His knockout percentage at 140 is higher than it is in title fights at 135.
Yeah.
147. How many people beat him at 147? I don't know. That's the thing. See, a guy like Errol Spence could be on this list pretty soon.
Until he has to
but he's got to fight the fights. Yeah. There's no denying it, man. He's just, and in what he did against Victor Postal last year, I think solidified that. Mm-hmm. He took the biggest test at 140 that he had there and made it easy. And you can't say nothing. He was a man at 135. He is the man at 140. That's 2 weight class at 147. Give me 2 fighters maybe who could beat him. Maybe. That's how good he is. Maybe 3. I mean, you can make cases for people, and that's why I have them a little bit lower. You can make cases.
And
You know who's else on the outside for me? And maybe I think if there's a clear winner, Garcia and Thurman, I'll slip them in. I can at this point because the competition has been kind of shit. Porter was a good fight, but goddamn, he fought one time in the last like 18 months, so it's hard with Thurman.
that's my issue with
But
it.
that's why they're on the outside for me. So that maybe you could make it. Maybe you could make a argument that they could beat Crawford. So that's why he's a little bit lower on my because style wise, technique wise, good luck. You know.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford, number 8 for me. I think that's what makes this fun because when people do this, you know, and I get it because it shows together, so they come to a consensus. Fuck that, we're gonna have our own opinion, man.
We up and down, left and right. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it's classic, sometimes it's not.
It's not exactly.
Yeah.
And we have different ways of seeing things, and so we're just not going to get there together. Number 7 for you, man.
It's Gennady. It's Gennady. I mean, I can't have him higher because of competition. You know, I can't have him lower because how the fuck I'm gonna have him lower than them people that no
That ain't gonna fight him.
right. That's not gonna happen. You know, hell no. But you know, depending on even with this fight with Jacobs, he wins the fight, he's higher up. He loses the fight, he takes Rigo's spot. You know, until Rigo gets some real competition. So, I mean, he's a beast. It is what it is. He's a beast.
Our first agreement. Triple G number 7. Most people are going to have Triple G 2, 3, or 4. Most people do have him 2, 3, or 4. Somewhere around there. 1, he hasn't had the fight to make it there. So, you know what? I can't do that. I just can't. You know what? I got to face facts with that. He hasn't had. Now, it's not his fault. Just like it's not Rigo's fault. Here's the difference. 18-0 with 18 knockouts in title fights. That's more fights than even a guy like Rigo has total in his career. Yeah. Damn near. He got 17, I think? I think he does. I think he got 17.
He's 16 or 17. Yeah,
exactly.
He ain't that far.
So you can't deny 18 for 18.
Yeah.
That just is what it is. So that overcomes the lack of competition because nobody wants to fucking fight him. Cotto ran. Martinez ran. Canelo looks like he's running. It is what it is. Yeah. Kudos to Danny Jacobs for taking the fight.
Yeah.
And if Danny Jacobs wins, guess what? He slides in that fucking position. You've earned it. You beat the monster. You earned that spot. Our first agreement.
Yeah.
Number 6, man.
We stand in Russia.
Oh.
Crusher. The Crusher. I'm just saying, it is what it is. I don't give a damn that he lost that draw to Ward. You want to fight him? Ward at this point.
Don't even want to fight him.
It's like it is what it is, man. The guy, say what you want. That dude, when Triple G's a beast, he's an animal. It is what it is. You know. I know.
Let's go even further east. I got Manny Pacquiao, number 6. Here it is. It's simple. Look, we know the record. He's 59-6 and 238 knockouts. 8 division champ. Does it get any more fucking pound for pound than that? And he's active. And he had a great year. Say what the fuck you want. Look, I get it. The Jeff Horn thing. I get it.
I think it's off now.
Is it?
I think it's off.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever his world tour is, we will take it up 2018 when he has a fucking bullshit year. After last year beating Tim Bradley, beating Francisco, or Jesse Vargas. I do that shit all the time. It is what it is, man.
I'll get to that later.
Who clearly beats him at 147? Exactly. Yeah, you say, well, Errol Spence will beat him. Okay.
We'll see it.
We'll see it.
Till we see it?
Thurman? No. Garcia? No.
Until we
Bradley?
see it.
No. I mean, we can go through it. Kell Brook? Maybe. But he's proved it time and time again.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And until he has a... Look, like he won at least, minimum, last year, 18 of 24 rounds. Probably more like the 19 to 20 area rounds last year against 2 top 10 welterweights. Nobody else did that. It is what it is. Manny Pacquiao, number 6. Number 5, top 5. Oh, shit. Everybody's on pins and needles.
I know this is going to suck for some people, but it's Ward. He won the draw. I mean, it is what it is. If I gotta have the Crusher on here, I gotta have Ward on here. Cause guess who won? Andre SOG Ward. Yeah, he want to retire. Yeah, he don't want to fight Kovalev again. Yeah, he's going to watch Billy Joe Saunders sound slap the shit out you. What is it, Eubank? He's going to watch Eubank. Yeah, but guess what? He's still undefeated. He still won the draw. He was 3-0 this year. And he was on the winning end of the super fight. And he did top 68. And people don't forget this. Triple G didn't want to go up to 68 to fight him.
That's true. So he offered 64. There's no doubt, and we fucking railed on Triple G for 64.
So it is. It is.
Go back to our shows back then. We fucking railed on. Like, no, you said I'm saying it this way to nothing. I'll fight. No, 64 was bullshit. I'll get to Ward. Believe it or not, as much as I hate on him, I got him in there still. Number 5 for me is Vasyl Lomachenko. There's a guy I changed my opinion on this last year. Amazing performances against Rocky Martinez and why can't I think of the last one? Oh, Walters. Yeah. 7-1, 5 knockouts. Man, that's a fucking quick time to get there, ain't it? 126 champ, 130 champ. He's the man at both the divisions at that point. He was the fucking man. 6-1 with 4 knockouts in title fights. The reason I keep on bringing these numbers up in title fights is very important because I think people don't realize some of those established fighters don't have as many title fights as you fucking think they do. Sure. So when a guy like Lomachenko is 8 fights in and has 7 title fights,
that's some shit.
And you can't deny it. At 135, who beats him? Exactly. So 126, 130, 135, he's got it. It's just it's pretty simple, and he's getting better and better. Yeah. people who hating on Lomachenko's skill because not only is he skillful, he's knocking motherfuckers out or making them fucking quit.
I'm just you already know how I feel about that.
Remember, dude. I don't even know if I had him on my. I didn't have him on my list last year.
Yeah, right.
I said Inoue was everything that Lomachenko wasn't at that point because he was fighting upper level competition at his divisions where Lomachenko had kind of fallen off. Number 4.
My 4 is Terrence Crawford. It's just.
I know it's a lot of black guys, man. You being racist.
Hey, it is what it is. I mean, Terrence is. Say, man.
Hey,
even though I don't even like.
You know what? I don't have no Mexicans on my list, man.
What the hell's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, that's messed up. You know what? That's race.
I got any white people for the other half?
See,
I mean, Lomachenko. We'll give him. There's a couple. Now we got a whole bunch of Eastern Europeans.
It's gonna happen. I got to give it to Crawford just because Crawford has had. Though people, he's not star power. He's a fucking fighter, real deal ass fighter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. At the end of the day, he's what you want. He's a smart fighter. He switches stances, and sometimes he gets caught. So he's a exciting fighter to watch, and beyond that, he's a fucking finisher. And people are happy that they don't have to fight his ass. Let's just be real. Somebody hope he get locked up again. Like no, we don't want
pay
him.
For that next detail.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I call a power company. Terrence Crawford said he ain't paying shit while he in jail. What you gonna do?
Number 4 for me, I got Andre Ward. SOG, son of gift decisions. All right. That's my hate. That's my hate on SOG. Son of gift decisions. 30-0 or 31-0. 15 knockouts. Champ at 168. Quote unquote champ at 175. Look, I cannot. There are certain things that I'm steadfast in, and the one that is he did not fucking win that fight. Tim Bradley did not beat Manny Pacquiao. I'm sorry, that's just not the way it is. But he got the victory, so I'll move him up the ranking. Like, he was the man at 168. He's the man kind of at 175. And then the next one's 200. He's not going there. He's saying, I'll go to heavyweight, whatever. Who are you going to fight? Some bum. But you can't deny what it is. Here's the stat that threw me off was his record in title fights. It's only 8-0 with 1 knockout. Mm-hmm. He's been around. He's been a champion in that championship talk for like 10 years. I'm trying to think when that Super 6 was. I mean, it literally was not very long after I moved to Texas. And I've been here for 12 years now, almost.
That was a while back.
It's been a long time for only 8 fucking fights and 1 knockout. That's why
2-year layoff.
There are a couple of fucking layoffs.
Yeah.
Always some, and
he did,
like they always say about Andre Ward. He's never signed a contract he wasn't afraid to not abide by. Just like the rematch that he signed on for that he doesn't want to at this point. But look,
he gonna fight him again.
You
It don't look like
you can say I'm a hater.
No,
but I got him at 4. Yeah. What are the fake cool guys say, like Max Kellerman? Real and recognize real. Yeah.
Where's Stephen A. Smith?
Anyway, you do recognize talent and where somebody is. I can hate on the hell out of it. I hate on Rigo. He was my fighter of the year in 2013. It is what it is.
We all do.
Andre Ward, number 4. Top 3, baby. Top 3. Who you got?
Chocolatito. It is what it is. I'm not... Just it's 2 other fighters that I feel just better, but come on.
This is like the Congress in 2009. You lie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like he was at the top of the list last year. There's no reason why he wouldn't be at the top this year. He didn't do anything to fall off. He got in a monster fight where he went up and it gave it to and got his ass lumped up by a bigger fighter. So shit, he fits all the rules.
I'm going through your list, and I'm like, One, you're going to piss somebody off at the top or close to it.
Yeah.
And so you're going to go my route of going exactly opposite of what you say, because that's what I do a lot of times. And then they're like, who the fuck else has got up there? I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, there's one more guy.
Hey.
I don't know, man. This is why our lists are fun, man. They're out there. Because we're not... This list is not based on talent. This is based on real, like, what has happened, what have they done, and what do you think they do at these just weight classes around it. Number 3 for me is Sergey Kovalev. I have him 1 ahead of Ward because I had him winning that fight, and actually kind of comfortably. 30-0-1-1, 26 knockouts, 9-1 officially. I have him 10-0 with 6 knockouts in title fights. Is what it is. I couldn't put Bradley above Pacquiao. I can't put Ward above Kovalev, and I get it. And if people have it the other way, I get it. I understand. Like he get the decision, sure. Ward got the decision, but for me, Kovalev is
a top tier fighter.
Yeah, it is. Who wants him? Nobody wants it. Like I said, he got the loss in quotes, and ain't nobody want to fight him. Not even Ward. It's like real antsy and getting back in that fucking ring with him. Number 2,
Lomachenko.
I don't think people are going to argue with that. I think people are going to really fucking argue with your number 1.
It is what it is. It's Lomachenko. Like, fuck. Even with the backstories of the fighters and tell me that skill level just look like he's in another stratosphere right now. He's LeBron, Kobe. Pick your poison. I don't give a shit. He is kicking ass, and it ain't even close. The minute they do whatever, I don't know that damn anthem, but when they done with it, that's your ass. He's the second best fighter on the planet right now.
The end of the anthem is the beginning of the end.
Yes.
Of the fight.
Yes.
Number 2 for me, something I've never done in our 4 years doing this. Vacant. Vacant. Reason being, I would have had Chocolatito number 2 if there was a clear-cut victory, which I kind of think there was, in Kovalev, but he didn't get the decision, so I have to respect that part of it, which means they would have been number 1. The clear-cut winner of that would have been number 1 for me. Chocolatito would have been number 2. Since there wasn't, I say vacant. Fuck it. If the IBF can do it, goddammit, so can I. Fuck that shit. Vacant. Nobody deserves it. Because you got to earn that shit. That's the way I look at it. And maybe some have, but I want to see them truly fucking earn that position, man. They go through some hell to get to there.
You remember we did a 1A and 1B, so shit, it don't matter. You get a vacant.
Number 1
It's Manny.
Oh, I knew people were gonna not like that.
You know, I don't like it, but you know what? I'll be fucking hating. Just say it's Manny. You know why it's Manny? Pick somebody at 47 that could beat him. You can't. Pick somebody at 40 that could beat him. You can't. Pick somebody at 54 that can beat him. You can't.
Well, pick somebody at 35 that can beat him.
You can't. As a matter of fact, at 55, if Canelo wanted to go back down, you can't. And since I had to look myself in the mirror and say, you need to stop hating, you little bitch, and put Manny on the top of the list, because nobody's better than Manny right now. It is what it is. How many rounds did he win?
Minimum 18 out of those two fights. I mean, minimum 9-3 each fight. I mean, that's
a minimum.
That's the minimum. I say probably in the 20 range.
So if his minimum is 9-3, what the hell does that tell you? Ain't nobody else close.
Oh, number one for me is the guy who was number one. I think I had number one last year. I'm pretty sure I did. Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. Why one? Well, because he was on our show. Live from his house in Costa Rica when he's training. Not Nicaragua, which people would think of. 46-0, 38 knockouts. Champion at 105, 108, 112, 115. 16-0 in title fights with 11 knockouts. Like they used to say in that old drug commercial, any questions? I mean, it is what it is. He did not get knocked off that perch. I thought he was with the Ward and Kovalev fight. He didn't. So I got to take it for what it is. He's going to fight as mandatory. Whoever that dude is. It's a weird mandatory. It's just like his number two. There's a couple of WBC weird mandatories where it's their number two contenders or
tune-up ass whoopers. Oh, that's
my WBC hate for the day. Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, 2 years in a row for me, number one. Until he gets knocked off that perch, it's tough, man. It's like anything else. You're the champ until you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until somebody beats you, you're the champ. That's it. And unless we see some gigantic, big time fights made this year, where somebody gets two big wins, which nobody does anymore. Two people barely fight twice a year, so they're not gonna do that shit. I don't see it. I like your Manning pick. Oh, I love your Manning pick. Like I said, you went exactly like me. Talk shit about him and then give him the props. That's that Rigo thing. Like talk shit about Rigo, he's my fighter of the year. Talk shit about Floyd Mayweather, he's my fighter of the year. You know what I mean? I love doing shit like that, man. That's the fun stuff.
I just had to stop. I had to stop. You know what? You're hating, man. You just hating. You know Manny's the fucking man. Say what you want. Jinky, I'm sorry for hating on your husband, but Manny's the fucking man.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. There's your two fighters that are top of our list, Manny Pacquiao and Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, respectively. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's how we do it, man. There's no better way of doing it, man. It's all about weight classes, pound for pound. There's too many of them now to not have multiple weight class titles, man.
Yeah, and if you didn't make the list, just fight.
Like I said, there's guys running the outside.
We would love to put some of y'all in here, but you got to fight.
Gotta fucking fight. All right, guys, let's cut it off there. And if you guys want to hear the other argument, the other side of the argument, like I said, with the Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton fight, go check out Tell the Tape Boxing Podcast, Vince Cummins, Kenny Keith. Check them out if you guys haven't. Do it. Let them know on Twitter. Hey, if you do, let them know on Twitter you checking them out because we said so. I'd appreciate that. You know what else I'd appreciate? A follow on Twitter, a Chiefs Box, or a rate and review on iTunes because that keeps the show visible, keeps us up at that high position at number 4. We want to be number 3, number 2, number 1. We'll settle for 4, but we want more. Be the next unofficial sponsor. We shout you out. We give you your show. Patreon. You want to give us a little coin? Help get us above this shoestring budget of this ghetto ass rig up that we have of
that's all right.
The Cheap Seats Boxing Studios.
That's all right.
In my kitchen.
Making ghetto great again.
Hey, in my kitchen, in your living room, in the front seat of your car, in the front seat of my car, all the different places that the studio has been. It's a mobile studio. You get to a certain, hey, man, you give us $50, you will be the co-host. You will be on the whole show, all the hour plus that we go, hour plus that we go. $100. Hell, I'll give you 2 shows. I don't give you shit.
Look, just give all the fighters that we've hated on and praised. The Philippines, can we get a rate review? Nicaragua, can we get a rate review? Puerto Rico, can we get a rate review?
Can we get a Patreon
UK
donation?
Oh man, I'd take some of them UK. Yeah,
pounds is good.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/cheapseatsboxing. Help us out if you guys want to. Email the show, cheapseatsboxing@gmail.com. Questions, comments. We always get back to you. We love to interact with everybody. JP, is there anything else, man?
Man, this is where the fighters fight and the fans commentate.
And we do it just like you from Cheap Seats. Because we ain't buying no tickets, goddammit. Peace.
I'll never be shamed again. Again, I'll be the next heavyweight champion. Call me crazy, but no one can fake me. I'm the product of the projects. Lost me crazy. Throw your hands up, Mr. Bruno. Ride. Big Mike Tyson about to brutalize that ass tonight. No hesitation for the whole nation. I'll beat that ass so bad I'll probably violate probation. Through demonstration as I strategize information. Intent to kill, so it's real like I'm catching cases. Let the world know I plan to die. If I don't